Welcome back to The Globe on SABC News. Well, Argentina have edged Nigeria 2-1 at the Russia 2018 World Cup. The Green Eagles are out of the World Cup. We now cross to SABC News correspondent Nick Harper, who is in New York City's neighborhood of Harlem in the USA. Nick, we certainly excited on the continent, but that was just, squeeze the air out of most Africans, with Argentina obviously going through to the last 16. Just, earlier on when we were chatting, there was a lot of excitement in the background, and now it sounds so quiet. What's the reaction there?
That's right, yeah, it's gone very quiet very quickly here in New York. This big crowd behind me is already halved in size. They have been incredible throughout the last 90 minutes, cheering on the Super Eagles. Not the result that they wanted. Argentina needed a win to keep their hopes alive, and it was only a win from Argentina that would have put the Super Eagles out. Unfortunately, that was the end result at the end of that 90 minutes. The Super Eagles knocked out, not progressing to the final 16 knockout stages, and in many ways they had a lot of work to do. We have to bear in mind that Nigeria is ranked 48th in the FIFA World Standings. Argentina is 5th. And this was the 5th encounter between the two sides. Nigeria has never won, has never even drawn. Once again, sadly, losing to Argentina. So let's just run through what we saw during the course of the match. Argentina leading 1-0 up very early in the game. Lionel Messi with his right foot defeating the defence from Argentina, slotting away an early goal. And it wasn't until the second half that we saw a Nigerian goal. A penalty on the 51st minute. Victor Moses, Chelsea midfielder, cool as a cucumber, stepped up to slot that penalty away, and things were looking good. If it had remained as a 1-1 draw, Nigeria would have gone through. But then in the 86th minute, so just 4 minutes from the end plus some stoppage time on top, we saw Marcos Rojo with a volley, banging it away into the bottom right-hand corner. Not what Nigeria were hoping for, but certainly the result that Argentina needed. It was a frenetic game from start to finish. We certainly saw the Super Eagles coming out very strong in the second half, bringing the game to Argentina, who seemed in many respects somewhat tired when they started that second half, having given so much during the first 45 minutes. The fans here were hoping that things were going to go their way, that Nigeria, who in many ways were holding up the World Cup dreams of Africa, would have progressed to the final 16. We've never seen an African nation reach the semi-finals. Nigeria have been in the final 16 in World Cups in the past, but it wasn't to be this time. And in many ways, the focus now turns to another African nation, Senegal. They'll be playing Colombia on Thursday. As it stands at the moment, Senegal will be progressing to the knockout stages, but they do have to beat Colombia, who have been dominant throughout this tournament so far. So lots of hopes riding throughout the whole of the African continent on Senegal, now that we have Nigeria, the Super Eagles, sadly knocked out of the World Cup tournament in Russia.
Nick Harper, thank you so much for that update. That was our correspondent Nick Harper giving us an update of the World Cup standings and the fact that Nigeria is out of the World Cup. We just saw Argentina just edge them out there with a 2-1 win over the Super Eagles, and now the hopes of Africa lie squarely on Senegal, and we hope for the best for that, and hopefully they'll make it up to the semi-finals. Nick Harper, thank you so much for joining us.